Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stumbling by. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, please don't be afraid to hit the bell to be notified, and subscribe. Today we're going to be doing my foundation routine and a little story time. So if you're interested, stick on by. Let's get into this look. A little masterpiece right here. So it's basically comes out very gel-like, and it should be covering your pores and all that good stuff. So it's very smooth on your skin. Your skin feels very smooth, so that means that when your foundation goes on, it should glide onto your face. And I just put it in my T area, my T-zone. I'm all proud of for no particular reason, but you know how we do it. Anyways, so I'm just gonna rub that in really nice. And also I put a little bit of coconut oil on my skin before this. Just a little touch of coconut oil just to rejuvenate my face. And I use this on my lips to moisturize my lip. It just works. Because it's really important to moisturize your lips as well. I'm known to have soft lips. At least so the boys tell me. That's not near and dear. But in this whole foundation routine, I'm going to be talking about a little story time added into it as well. Because I haven't done much talking in these videos, so I'm going to incorporate that to be more open and be more fluid with you guys, and you know, get you guys into my world a little bit. So today we're gonna talk and do my makeup at the same time. I'm gonna talk a little bit about my first crush. Who do you think my first crush is? And where did he come from? What did he do for a living? And all that good stuff. But it's gonna be super interesting. So today I'm gonna be using black OPAL sticks. These are the two sticks that I'm gonna be using, and HAZELNUT. And they both look like this, so you can see the two different colors. So this is what I'm gonna use all over my face, the darker one and the lighter one in my somewhat T-zone. Let me just grab my mirror. So I'm gonna go in with the darker shade right now. I love me some black OPAL, you know, I do. But it's the darker shade, and I'm just gonna put it around. Right where I normally would have contoured. Right here. Just put a little on my nose like this. Like, you know, it's really close to my complexion, and that's what I want. And when I go in to blend it all in, it's gonna make sense. So it's black walnut that I just used. Then I'm gonna go in with the lighter one, and I'm just gonna place it right in the T area. Just like that. And the music that I'm gonna be using in my background is from Vosh. She's my really good friend. You're gonna get to see her soon on one of, you know, my videos or whatever. She is a beautiful singer. Beautiful singer. So you'll be hearing her in the background. You'll be hearing more of her music as well as I go through on with my channel, because she's a very good artist. She's a very good artist. Anywho, so as I am using this makeup brush, foundation brush, basically it's bit dirty, but I've been using it for quite some time. I want to say quite some time, probably for the last month. I haven't washed it, but still does the job, and it's my personal foundation brush, so yeah, don't be coming for me. And I prefer using these brushes when they have on product on it because it don't take away from the product. And one of my good friends on Facebook did say that I can relate to using it. Like, it doesn't take up that much product, the product goes where it's supposed to go instead of just using a new brand brush all the time, which is your personal preference and all that stuff. But if you're going to do clients, please use a clean brush all the time. But anyways, let's get back into the myth or the crush that I had. So anyways, back in my home country, I started going to, I would call it post-secondary school. So it was called Bendel Secondary School. And how old? Probably I was 13, probably 13 or so. 13, 14, I'll call it, when I started going to that particular school. And if you're a Caribbean type of person, you have math, social studies, science, health and family life. What else? Those are some of the stuff that you do at that school. The criteria. Anywho, he was my maths teacher and his name was Mr. Davis. When I tell you that Mr. Davis was looking good, he was looking good. When I say good, I mean good. He was not too tall, very dark complexion. He was muscle up. Not over muscle up, but just right muscle up. He had nice little beard going on. Beard action was on point. White teeth. And he was everything. He was everything at that time. And maybe I was over exaggerating, maybe, but I was young and I was just basically feeling myself. So I'm not gonna go in and blend the rest of my face. No. And maybe I was feeling myself, but I really didn't care at that point because Mr. Davis did it for me. A lot of people didn't like to go to school, but I like to go to school. I specifically like to go in math class because that's where we will meet. And I can tell you this. There was one particular time when we had math, and I used to sit in the front of the class and he used to sit directly on the opposite side, but I was closer to the door. So I was here and he was like there. And he used to do this stuff where he sits down and he's marking papers or something or giving us some work to do, and he will do his legs like this, shake his legs like this, just shake them together. So you're doing that motion. I can't do it because you can't see my legs, but I'm just showing you. He will do his legs like this. I guess to calm him down or whatever, I don't know. But he'll do his legs like this. And me being grown and the nice person that I am, in my mind, I was like, oh my god. When he does that leg thing, it just take my breath away. And I was in class and I was so, when I say I was so captivated by that, I went into a daze. And I was just dazing away. For what? I don't know, but I was dazing away. And he had to hit me. He didn't want to hit me, but he had to because I was in the class dazing and he called my name. And I didn't answer him because I was just in that real life daze. And he's like, you need to get up. You know, I don't want to hit you, but I'm gonna have to hit you because you were in class dazing. And that was the only time he ever hit me. So I got a little spank. In the Caribbean, we hit our children at school. So it was just that type of situation. And yeah, I got the hit. It wasn't hurting. I didn't feel bad about it. he had to do it because then the other people or the other students will think differently, or thinking that he was trying to, you know, do something or whatever. But it was interesting. It was really, 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 really interesting. Sorry if I'm looking into the lens because I really want to see how my face is looking, but I should be looking straight at you with that, but you know how it is. Don't come for me. So anyway, so as my foundation is in and it's locked, I always spend a good amount of time blending and making sure that my face is completely blended, because this is the makeup break in your foundation or your makeup applying skills. Once your foundation is good and it's locked down, then 9 out of 10 times you're good to go. 9 out of 10 times, depending. So now that it's locked down good, we're gonna start with the highlighting, and I'm gonna use P.R.O concealer for this, and we're gonna use the P.R.O concealer in Fawn for this. So we're just gonna go right in and go. Put on a generous amount on both sides. Gonna come down the bridge of your nose. A good generous amount. Sometimes I come down under here and sometimes I do this one, but I'm not gonna do all of that today. And then I'm gonna jump in with my blending, my beauty blender. She is not as damp as I would want it to be. I'm gonna go in now with some rose water, but it's not rose, it's coconut water extract. So I'm gonna go in with that. And it's gonna blast my face with it, and then take some and put it on my sponge, and then we're gonna go into the blending again. So yeah, Mr. Davis, he was the bomb.com, and allegedly they said that he was fooling around with a particular Spanish girl in like a higher grade or higher form than I was in. But I don't know how serious that was or if it was actually real, but that's why I had to say allegedly because I'm able. But yeah, I didn't know that he, you know, was doing school children or what have you. Or maybe it could just be a lie or whatever, and maybe she just takes a liking to him or whatever, and apparently his girlfriend at the time was one of the teacher's sister, and she was a teacher herself. So I don't know how they met, I don't know all that other stuff, so it was like a teacher situation, and then I don't even know. So he was dating another teacher, and they had twins, I think twin boys at some point. Oh yes, let me tell you why I even had a bigger crush over him as well. He lived in like the country, not the countryside, no. He lived in like the ghetto side of one of the ghetto sides in Antigua, and I was passing a day, I think with my mom, and this was like years after I stopped going to that particular school. And when I tell you, I saw him without his shirt for the first time, and baby, he was ripped. When I say ripped, I mean ripped. Not over ripped, because I don't really like them too over ripped, but ripped. You could play piano on his tummy, like it was, he was hot. He was hot, and that image of him still sticks in my mind about 10 years later, like 10, 15 years later, or you know, whatever. But it's still stuck in my mind up to now because, baby, he was on. When I say he was on, he was on. He was on point. He looked sickening. And all of my childhood, like when I go into school and all of that, it was worth it to just see him without his shirt. It was hot. It was definitely hot. I couldn't want nothing else more from it. So now I'm gonna go in with my black OPAL light loose powder. So it's light and it's in the number 02. I don't know if they still have this particular shade. I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is how it looks. How I'm feeling. So this, let me tell you about this. My friend, she had lived with me for a while, and anyways, she left a paint set, and this brush came with the paint set. And I was there a day and I said, you know what? This would have been a lovely, lovely brush to apply my highlighting powder. And baby, I have never turned back yet from it, and it works like $1,000,000. So I have two. I have one for my clients and one for myself. Baby, she works. She gets right where she needs to get, up in that crease, and she does her thing, and I love it. So I'm just basically pressing and pressing my highlighting powder in, and I don't necessarily bake anymore. I just press in the powder, pressing. I'm gonna go down my nose, the bridge of my nose. Everywhere that I highlighted, I'm going to cover over with this particular powder and all that jazz. So we're gonna just press it in. Yeah, so that's basically who my crush, my first ever crush in my whole entire life was. It was Mr. Davis. And weirdly enough, you know, I don't know his legal name. Well, I know I usually let this sit for a little while. I'm gonna use my dark cocoa from Ben Nye. The darkest shade that Ben Nye has. Doesn't have any darker shade than this. And I'm gonna contour with it now. And I'm gonna take this, has been my contour brush for a very long time. It has no name, but it's just very flat and broad, which I really like it because it gets right down to where I need it to be. And with this powder, you need to take your time with it because I don't like to cream contour. I just like to powder contour and just call it a day. But technically I did because I used the darker shade on the bottom of it or whatever, but it is what it is. And I'll go in like this, and I was just, and I'll just like fluff it in, fluff it in, fluff it in. And then when I go over with my all over powder, I will then make it blend in and make it make sense somewhat. I'm gonna take my angle brush right here, and I'm gonna go in and contour. So I contour right above, well, a little slightly above my ears, and I come down halfway. Just work that right in here. And then take the excess and just run it around my jaws, just making sure that is in place and secure and all that good jazz. and the face start coming together, as you can see. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my all over powder. And this is how it looks. And I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush, and this is what I'm gonna do all over, locking in that highlight. I'm gonna go over the highlight as well, go over everything basically, going over everything that I've placed. My hair is gonna be a hot mess after this applying, but I'm gonna set it back afterwards, so don't worry. And this is just gonna marry everything together, so there's no more harsh lines. I'm just fusing everything together. And all that trash. Yeah. And when you're done, you should look like this. Not so crazy, but yeah. Actually, one of my good friends made me buy this wig, and I was like, I don't think I'll like it. Sometimes I don't like it sometimes, and sometimes I do. I don't wear it out often or anything like that. She's a little cinty, but she can still do the job. So I think it will be nice to me to do looks or whatever. And I probably might go out with it 1 or 2 times. I have gone out with it 1 or 2 times, but I didn't make it a practice or anything like that. So as you can, I got it from school. I like to use this as my blush, this color right here, this burgundy-ish color. I think it's very flattering on my skin complexion. I really like it. I really like it. Bad. It's soon finished because I already hit pan, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to find a dupe or use another burgundy eyeshadow for my blush. And I just go in and I blush and blush. Just bringing back that color into my face, and you can see it right here. And it works wonders. Wonders. And I'm gonna go in just gently, not too much, because this look doesn't require that much of a highlight. And I'm gonna go right above that blush, just a little bit, just a little bit. Nothing is wrong with that. Right here, up my contour, my nose, and we're just gonna clean it up at the side. And then we're gonna jump into lips. What am I gonna do with my lips today? I don't know what I want to do with my lips. I really don't know. And I'm going to use NYX, the shade in 12. It's the shade 12. That's what it looks like here. NYX, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna no liner, because I don't really necessarily need a liner. And then I'm going to go in with a pink shade in the number 09 from NYX as well. Because we have on the pink here, we're just gonna work with it, and we're gonna place that in the middle. Liking it already. And then I'm gonna put on some regular old Diggler lip shine from a dollar store. You can get it cheap. I'm just gonna put that over it. Just a little dab can go a long way. And then we're gonna go in with that same coconut water mist. Since I'm not going anywhere, I'm not gonna put on my matte. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope and trust that you guys enjoyed. This is the finished look, as you guys can see. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any suggestions or things that you guys want to see me do, you can leave it in the comment section. Let's have a chit chat, let's talk. Thank you guys so much for my new subscribers, my old subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for supporting and continuing to support the hustle. And remember, I beat for the gods. Bye.